Hey YouTube, welcome back to Riggin' Woods, where we're going to go ahead and do a little bit different video today. It's actually a snowstorm coming in here in Colorado, so we can't hit the trails. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and give you 5 things that I think are essential that you need to get yourself started in overlanding and camping. Just simple things that you can get for your Jeep or other vehicles. And I'll leave links down below in the description. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and it would definitely help me out. But we're going to go ahead and get started. These are the 5 things that I think you should get just to get yourself started. So thanks, let's go. Alright, so the very first thing I think you guys should definitely invest in and get for any vehicle, not necessarily just Jeeps or Tacomas or anything like that, I think is this guy right here. It's a fire extinguisher with a fire extinguisher holder. This one is from the Badass Moto Company. I think they have, or Badass Moto Gear, I apologize, but I believe that they have a couple things that you can get, and the fire extinguisher that's in there is a 1A 10BC, I think is what it's called, so it's good for any waste, any electrical, any liquids, so that one is really good. The reason we keep it there is because usually our table's right here, and this is actually where we cook everything on our table. So typically speaking, if we ever needed it, you know, very simply just go ahead and grab it out of there and you're good to go. And like I said, you can kind of see here, it's a 1A 10BC, but it's good for, hopefully you can pick that up on the camera, but trash, liquids, and electrical. So overall, this is a great fire extinguisher. Never had to use it. Hopefully I'd never have to. I'll go ahead and knock on wood for that one, but that's one of the first things I think you guys should definitely invest in. Just overall good for safety and protection, especially if you're going camping or have any of those loose embers that get out of your fire. So definitely get a fire extinguisher for that. All right, and so the next thing I think you should get, number 2, like I said, the fire extinguisher plus this one should probably be your number 1 and 2 things, I think, for any vehicles. And this one in particular is my first aid kit. Hopefully you can kind of see it back there. I know it's kind of dark, so apologies for that. But this is my first aid kit. I kind of have it just strapped up here so that way it doesn't go flying anywhere while we're driving or bouncing around on the trails. This one is pretty easy. I just simply unlatch the little hook right here and boom, I'm ready to go. This one I got on Amazon, and this is the Everlit. These guys are awesome. I think they're all American made products. Not only do they have like backpacks, but they also have a bunch of just first aid kits that you can actually buy. This one is badass. It actually comes with like a knife, it comes with gloves, it comes with gauze pads, I mean, you name it. I'll do a quick little breakdown of it right here right now. So definitely get a first aid kit. I think that should be probably, if not your first, maybe your second investment in your camping and overlanding adventures. Never know when you're going to need it, but it's always good to have. Alright, so here's actually what's in the first aid kit. There's a bunch of goodies. So we got an emergency poncho, we got an emergency thermal blanket, glow sticks, gauze, alcohol wipes. Just an overall great first aid kit. It's got tweezers, a flint striker. The little strap that I use to keep it all hooked up actually comes with a whistle, a compass. You also got your tether here. So a lot of good stuff in here. I would highly suggest this company, this brand, American made. They make great products. They even have a whole backpack, and that I believe has like things like water. It has, you know, anything that you can do to do stitches. It's got a bunch of cool stuff in there. So highly suggest this brand. And obviously it comes in this cool little pouch and pretty simple and can keep it out of your way. Like I said, great brand, great company, love their products. So alright YouTube, on to number 3. I think this is probably the next most important thing to get because once you're out there on the trails, you never know what could happen. So we got our fire extinguisher, we got our first aid kit, we're good for anything like that. But what happens if you obviously pop a tire, you scrape a sidewall, something like that? Obviously sidewall, you got your spare, but you know, sometimes your spare could go out too. So the next thing I get is just a tire repair kit. With this tire repair kit, and I'll leave a link below in the description, but this one is great. It comes with everything that you probably need plus a little bit more. So with this tire repair kit, I'll go ahead and do a quick little breakdown with that. Alright guys, so on to number 3, like I said, is the tire repair kit. This one is great, and I'll leave a link below in the description. I got this one on Amazon. I think it was like 30 bucks maybe, but this one's great. And if you're sitting there like, man, James, I've never actually repaired a tire. Well, what's nice about this one is it not only comes with instructions on what to do if you do need to do it, but it'll give you a breakdown of all the tools that are in there. The nice thing about this one is it does come with a couple extra tools, including like a air pressure check. It comes with a bunch of these patches, the actual stems that you put in the tire itself, as well as all the tools that you need. And once again, like I said, they have a description on how to actually repair. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. Alright guys, so the fourth thing I think you should get, and I think it's a very important piece if you just have overall home things that you need to do, is a toolkit. This one that I have is a 210 piece toolkit. It's by this brand called Pro Stormer. Once again, I'll leave a link down below in the description, but I think this one is great just overall. The tools don't feel poor quality. The nice thing about them, you know, is that it comes with so many pieces and it's very well organized, nice and neat, 210 pieces. So let's do a quick little breakdown there. Alright, so this is the 210 piece Pro Stormer toolkit. Now, as you can see, some things are not unwrapped yet, like my level here, but I think this does have everything that you need. You know, all the sockets, all the different, you know, wrenches and anything that you could actually probably need, even Allens. You got all your bits over here. You even got some screwdrivers and you got some Torx and stuff. You even got random pair of scissors, anything for electrical tape, tape measure. I mean, it's got even a little saw to it, a little hand saw. It's got some clamps if you ever come in a bind. The clamps are kind of not the best quality, and I probably wouldn't suggest them if you need to strap anything up, but it's there if you do need it. You know, all the different sockets, like I said. So I think this is a great buy. And not only that, but if you ever kind of find yourself in a bind and you need to repair something really quick on the road, I think this is a great overall product. For me, I've already used it just doing some things around the Jeep, like I replaced all my speakers and I had to use, you know, the wire cutters as well as some electrical tape, even just like the screwdrivers and things like that. So I think this is overall a really great toolkit, and it's very affordable. And I like it because it obviously, everything stays very compact and stays, you know, in the spot that it needs to be in for the Jeep. So yeah, overall I would definitely suggest that you guys get this probably as one of your upgrades for your initial start to camping overlanding. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description and you guys can go ahead and check it out. Alright guys, so fifth and final thing I think you should probably get and invest in is this high lift. I got this one just simply off of Harbor Freight. Pretty inexpensive. Obviously, since this one's kind of on the outside, it's going to be kind of exposed to the elements here. And I just have this on some simple wing nuts right here. Obviously, they're not tied down right now. They're not very tight, but I just wanted to see how hard it was just doing it with my fingers. It's not that difficult. So the nice thing that's about this is that it's out here, it's on back. I don't have to worry about it like rumbling around in the back while we're on the trails or anything like that. But I've seen some people get out of some sticky situations being high centered or something like that. So I think a high lift is super important, especially if you have a lifted Jeep. This is probably you should probably buy this before you get your lift. It's just overall a great product, and you know, you can buy some other ones. I think Smittybilt has one. A couple other brands have some. So I really highly suggest this. And for me, since I just have these wing nuts on here, I don't know if you can see it, but I just put a simple lock on here that goes through this TerraFlex roof rack. I think they call it a roof rack, but I could be wrong. So I just put this lock on here, so you know, anybody with sticky fingers or anything like that doesn't actually get a hold of it and take my high lift. These ones, you know, are pretty inexpensive, like I said, but there are some pretty expensive ones out there. But I would definitely suggest you guys get this even before you get your lift. I think it's just, you know, a great product to have. Yeah. Alright YouTube, that's it. Those are my 5 things that I think you should invest in first. So we'll just do a quick little recap. First thing is the fire extinguisher and the mount. Second thing is a first aid kit, whether that be a backpack or an actual first aid kit. Next is the tire repair kit. And then we have the toolkit and then the high jack. I think those things are all super important to have. The other thing that I think potentially would help you guys out too is a shovel, just a quick little shovel in case you have to dig yourself out of a situation. But those are my top 5 things first, and they're pretty inexpensive, pretty affordable, and overall you can find some great products out there. Once again, I will leave all of the stuff that I use in the description below, so go ahead and check that out. We do have some cool things in the works, so definitely going to do a rig walk around once we can get out there and hit some trails. As I kind of alluded to already, that we already have some snow planned in the forecast here in Colorado. On the mountains got 2 feet of snow a couple days ago, so we do have some plans to do a rig walk around out there on the trails. I have reached out to a couple other YouTubers out there, so we are going to do a couple trail guides as well as just overall like camping and overlanding, so please join us for that and look for those very shortly. But I just want to thank you guys again for coming into the garage with Granny and I, goddamn, can't talk today, Granny and I. And we are going to wrap it up here, and just make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and it would definitely help me out. Thanks guys, appreciate it.